Hey everyone, it's Paul from One Cast One Fish, and today we're going to be talking about the Piscifun line spooler 5 years later. Honestly, it's hard to believe it's been 5 years since I first introduced this line spooler. To be exact, February 2019 is when I did the first video using this Piscifun line spooler. And now we're 5 years later and probably hundreds of fishing reels being relined. And I thought it was a heck of a good time to give a little bit of an update. It's that time of year again, and I'm in the process of getting ready to put new line on all my reels. So I figured what better time than to break out the old Piscifun line spooler and the camera and give you a 5-year update and show you how things have been going with the line spooler. One of the areas I thought might be a problem would be the bearings, but 5 years later they're still moving smooth and quiet. The only area that I have noticed some increased wear is right here on the spool holder knobs, where you can kind of see where they're starting to wear a little bit. 5 years and hundreds of reels later, I can honestly say that I'm actually impressed with how well the Piscifun line spooler's held up over all these years. Sure, it's showing a few little signs of wear and tear, but I expect to get a few more good years out of this thing. And with that, we're headed into a 5th year of relining reels with the Piscifun line spooler. First up is going to be one of our spinning reels, which we'll be lining this year with the 15-pound high-vis yellow Power Pro. Now, the one thing I still continue to love about this line spooler, especially for spinning reels, is this rotating rotor that definitely has decreased the amount of line twists that I have to deal with on these spinning reels. The other thing is the ease of setup. Being able to throw a spool on, attach the reel, and just start spooling right away, and I can do it all by myself. That'll do it for our spinning reel. Now it's time to switch and put on one of our baitcasters. Again, setup with the baitcaster, super simple. We're just going to put our reel onto the holder here, just like you would your rod. Now the only big difference is when doing a baitcaster, we don't want this rotor spinning on us. So we're actually going to lock that down right here so it doesn't spin. And you can see that knob, you just tighten it up and that'll hold that rotor in place. Now before we get started on our baitcaster, we got to dip into the line bin and figure out what we're going to spool our reel with. And in the case of this reel, 12-pound Suffix Elite. With the reel and spool setup, I want to remind you again, that knob right there, we want to make sure it is nice and tight so that way this rotor does not rotate while we're spooling our bait casting reels. And the nice thing is you can adjust your own tension on the spool right here by adjusting how tight those claws are actually holding onto that spool. One thing I like to do in spooling any reel with mono or fluorocarbon is use a little bit of Reel Magic on the line, and that just keeps it supple. Now there's other products out there besides Reel Magic, but that's just the one that I choose. And once it's done, we're going to snip the line and move on to the next reel. I hope this video has impressed you as much as it has me with this line spooler. 5 years, hundreds of reels later, still going strong. And I hope to get many, many more good years and reels out of it. As always, don't forget to hit that subscribe button down below. Any questions, please comment down in the comments section, and we'll see you next time on the water.